Let me save you years of frustration in one sentence. Action drives motivation, not the other way around. Not inspiration, not alignment, not the perfect playlist. Action first. Because most people are waiting to feel ready, and the universe is like, cool, good luck with that. Here's the lie. Once I'm motivated, I'll go ahead and start. The truth is uglier and way more hopeful. You get motivated after you start. Motivation is the receipt, not the entry ticket. Psychology people call this kind of thing behavior first. You don't wait for confidence. You don't wait for clarity. You don't wait for the perfect plan. You move, and then your brain goes, oh, we're the kind of person that moves. And that identity change is rocket fuel. Actions validate that you can live your dreams one little step at a time. But dreaming still matters. Here's why. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not anti-dream. I'm anti-dreaming as procrastination. Dreaming is valuable because it does two things. It gives your brain a target, and it gives your nervous system permission. When you dream, you're not just doing woo-woo vision board stuff. You're training your brain's attention system, the part that decides what you notice and what you ignore. So the dream is like a flashlight. It doesn't build the house, it just shows you which direction house is. And recalling my episode on the double slit experiment, attention collapses possibilities into choices. So you're actually selecting a universe by what you consistently pay attention to. And then your feet do the selecting. And here's a simple dream-do loop. This simple model you can go ahead and steal. First dream, then do, then look at the evidence, and then update your beliefs, and then dream bigger, and then do again. Most people get stuck at the first step, at dream. They treat dreaming like it's a whole job. And psychologically, the human brain tends to think it achieves something just by dreaming, just by thinking. And that's why people stop, because they feel like they've accomplished something when they haven't. But dreaming is only phase one. Phase two is one small action that proves the dream isn't imaginary. Because the moment you produce evidence, even tiny evidence, you're no longer fantasizing, you're building. Actions validate that you can live your dreams one little step at a time. And here's the first domino rule and why small actions win. If you're Gen X or late millennial, like myself, you're trained to think, go big or go home. And that's why we stall, because big can be intimidating. So instead, just think first domino. What's the smallest action that makes the next action easier? Not the action that changes your life today, the action that makes tomorrow easier. So, do you want to write? Well, just open a doc and write one ugly paragraph. Do you want to get fit? Put your shoes on and just get out the door and go walking for 8 minutes. Do you want to start a business? Send one message to one person who's already doing it and get coffee with them. Want to change careers? Spend 20 minutes building one proof of work artifact. Your brain needs a win it can believe, and that's how you break free. So let's talk affirmations, another reference to a previous episode, because people either worship them or mock them. Here's a middle path. Affirmations work when they become instructions, not when they're just vibes. A bad affirmation is, I am successful. Your brain says, no, you're not, look at your inbox. A good affirmation is, I'm the kind of person who takes one step daily. Now your brain goes, okay, what step? So if you use affirmations, make them behavior linked. I take one brave action before noon. I do the smallest version of the hard thing. I don't negotiate with avoidance. I'm frustrated with that previous version of me that won't do what I really want. And then you back it with one tiny action, immediately, so the affirmation becomes true. So do before dream, but don't skip dreaming. Here's a little twist. Yes, doing before dreaming often works better because action creates momentum. But dreaming matters because it keeps your doing from becoming random. Otherwise, you're just busy. And busy is how people waste decades of their lives and look back and say, what happened? So here's a combo that works. Do first to generate energy, then dream to aim the energy, and then do again. It's like steering a moving bike, but you can't steer a bike that isn't moving. And here's the idea of stepping into a new universe. Every meaningful action is a portal, not because of magic, but because of consequences. When you take a step you've never taken, you enter a version of your life where that step now exists. There's a universe where you never start. There's a universe where you start once and then stop. And there's a universe where you start and keep going. You don't manifest that third one by wishing. You manifest it by becoming the person who does the next rep, writes the next paragraph, handles the next uncomfortable conversation. That's not mystical, that's systems. Small inputs repeated become a different reality. And here's a 3-part protocol that you can do today. And if you do nothing else after this video, just do this once. Step 1, dream for 2 minutes. Write the future in 1 sentence, not a paragraph, 1 sentence, and try to be specific. So some examples. I will make money in the next number of months based on my business idea. Or I will start working out 4 times a week by 4 months from now. Or I will make more time for my family to connect with them by next month. Step 2, shrink it to 30 seconds. What's the smallest version of that dream you can do today? Smaller than you want, embarrassingly small. And then step 3, move. 5 minutes. Do it immediately, before your brain negotiates, before the excuses come into your brain. Because once you move, the loop starts. Action drives motivation, not the other way around. So if you're stuck right now, if you've been thinking about something for months, and many of you I'm sure have, if you have been waiting to feel ready, you don't need a new personality. You don't need a new year. You don't need permission. You need one little action that creates proof, and then another one tomorrow. Dreaming matters because it aims you, but doing matters more because it changes who you are. Your actions define who you are. Actions validate that you can live your dreams one little step at a time. And the crazy part is, that's how you end up in a universe where you're actually living your dream. So, what's your 1-sentence dream? And what's the smallest action you're going to do today? Feel free to comment below. Thanks for watching. Keep thinking and being, and do not go gentle into that good night.